Hello everyone, in today's tutorial, we are going to learn how to customize the Django admin page. We are going to learn how to make it more functional and better suited to your project's needs. The Django admin interface is a powerful tool out of the box, but with a few tweaks and customizations, you can transform it to fit your own project's requirements. We're going to see how we can add more column names, that is the ID, the name, the age, the caps, clubs, and so on. We're also going to see how we can add a search feature to our admin page. For example, here when I search for a player, say Jude, you get all the players who have Jude in their names. We're also going to see how we can add a filter feature. For example, we can filter players by their league names. I'm just going to clear this search for now. We can filter players by their league names. Let me use an example of La Liga. We get all players who belong to the Spanish league La Liga. We are also going to see how we can create custom ordering for our database entries. For example, in this case, I've ordered my entries using the market value and the caps in descending order. We are going to see how to do that. So let's get started. So this is the admin page without any modifications. As you can see, we just have the player name and the player ID. I want us to start by adding the column names of our database fields. To do that, we go to our admin.py file in our application directory, where we have registered our player model. There's two ways you can register your models in the admin site. One is this, the way we just registered our player model, but this does not allow you to make any modifications. The other way is creating a class and inheriting from the admin's model, and that will allow you to create your modifications. So we can do that by, let me first comment out this. You can do that by creating a class. I'm going to call it player admin, and we are going to inherit from admin.modeladmin. For now, I'm just going to pass. After creating that class, you need to register it, and we do that using a decorator function, admin.register, and we pass our model name, which is player, and that should register our player model. So we can just refresh the site and see if it has worked, and here we still have it. So let's proceed by adding the column names. To add a column name to our admin page, it's just as simple as using the list display attribute, and from here we can pass our desired column names. The first thing I want to pass is the ID. I also want to pass the player name. I also need the age. I'm also going to pass the caps, the market value, the league name, and the league level. So let's refresh our server and see if the changes are reflected. My server is still running correctly, so you can just refresh the site. And here we have it. We have the ID, the name, the age, the caps, the market value, league name, and the league level. The next element I want to add is the search field that allows the admin to search for players by either their ID or the name. And we can do that by setting the search field attribute, search fields. This will allow the admin to search for players by their ID or their name. Let's refresh the site to see the changes. And here we have it. We have a search bar here with a search input, and we can input a player name. We have the players with missing their names. I also want to update the ordering of our database objects. I want it to order by the market value and the caps. So for now, I'm just going to clear this search. But before we do that, before we add our custom ordering, let's just add a way for the admin to filter the database entries using the league name. So we can add filters to our Django admin by setting the list filter attribute, list filter, and we want to filter the objects by their league name. So we can refresh it and see the changes. And yeah, we have a filter section at the right end with all the league names. So like I said before, I want to order these objects by the market value and the caps in descending order. So players with the highest market value should come first. The same applies to caps. That means that the common player should rank higher than the lesser known players. And to create custom ordering in Django, it's just as simple as going to your models file, and in the class meta, where we defined our indexes, we can add another attribute called ordering. It's also a list, and here we can provide the list of fields we want to order our custom page with. So I want to order by the market value, and also want to order by caps. This will sort in ascending order, that is from players with the least market value to players with the highest market value, but I want the opposite. I want to sort it in descending. To do that, it's just as simple as adding a negative sign, and this should order them in descending order. So we can refresh the site and see the changes. We have this, but we have one slight problem. Django by default sorts the null values first. So as you can see, we have the market values and the caps are null. To fix this, we are going to take a slightly longer approach, but it's fairly easy. So in our ordering attributes, we need a way to select our field, and we are going to do that using the f expression, models.f expression, and you want the market value. This will select our database field, and I want to sort them in descending order, and you pass the nulls last is equals to true. This will make sure that our null values are sorted last. So we can have a look at the changes, and yeah, we have it. You can see it has made the changes. Now let's do the same for the caps. I'm just going to copy this and replace the market value with caps. So Django's f expression is a very powerful tool that enables us to select fields from the database. So let's refresh the site and see the changes. This is the page 2. Let's go to page 1. And yeah, we have it. We have players such as Mbappe and Haaland coming top. They have quite high market values and also the caps. So that has worked as expected. So the next thing I want to do is to customize the players' individual pages. It will be something similar to our users page, where we have separated we have a group for personal info and permissions. In this case, we are also going to have the personal info, some additional info, and professional info. So how can we do this? We can do this by setting a field set attribute in our player admin class. So fieldsets. It should be a tuple, and this should be a list of tuples. So we can have one tuple over there. This will be our first field set. We'll also have a second field set, and we'll also have a third field set. So our first field set I want it to be the personal info. So we can have personal info, and this should be a dictionary. The first thing we declare is the fields attribute, so fields. Then we can have the name, the date of birth. We can also have the place of birth. We can have the citizenship. We can also have the age, and we can also have the place of birth flag. The second field set will be very similar to this, so we can just copy this and paste it here. Where we have our personal info, let's have our professional info. In our professional info, let's have the club. We can have the club. We can have the national team. We can have the cups. We can have the international goals. We can have the market value. We can also have the main position. So main position. The rest of the fields we can have them as additional info. So I can just copy this, paste it here. Let's have additional info. In this case, I will have the agency info. I'll also have the club stats. I'll also have the national team stats. And I'll also have the current season stats. I can just take this one off. And with that, I can refresh my server and see the changes that it has made. Here we have it. We have the personal info, professional info, additional info. So that is okay. The last thing I want to show you is how we can customize our column objects. For example, here we have the market value, and the entries are in millions. For example, this is 180 million, and it's hard to read. So I want a way that we can add comma delimiters to the zeros. So to do that in Django, it's just as simple as creating a custom function. We're going to call it formatted market value. It's going to take self as the first attribute. This is also going to take objects as the second attribute. So this function will return a formatted string of our object dot market value, and I want a comma delimiter. So it's going to return that if object dot market value is not none, because as you are aware, some market values can be none. If it's not none, else just return NA. After writing that function, we can replace our market value here with a formatted market value. We can refresh and see the changes, and yeah, we have it. So as it's at the moment, it's more readable, so that has worked well. But there is one problem that I've noticed, is the column header name has remained as formatted market value. I want to change this. So to change that header, it's as simple as setting an attribute of formatted dot market value dot short description is equals to market value. Can reload, and yeah, That has worked well. So our features are working correctly. We can search for players, and you can see our ordering is taking effect. So Messi is coming top. He has the highest caps and the highest market value so far. So in this tutorial, we've learned how to customize the admin panel. You've seen how you can add columns, how you can create filters, how you can add a search input, how you can customize the individual player objects. In the next tutorial, we're going to create our first endpoint that will allow users to search for players by their name and filter them by their ages, market value, and clubs. So I'm going to see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.